Hello and welcome to Easy Chat episode 111. This is our take 2. Something happened. If you were watching us, something happened with the connection. Now, don't get discouraged. You know what's happening right now. Mercury is going into retrograde, and when Mercury retrogrades, always electric things play up and something happens. Your computer dies, internet connection problems, and you can always feel that this is happening. Sometimes a few days coming up to when Mercury moves, and sometimes when it comes back to the normal. So during this period, these things happen. I'm not even, discouraged. You just start again, and that's not exactly what we're doing. So today, I am with a fantastic woman, a friend of mine who's enjoying a glass of wine on the other continent from me. She is an Instagram expert and content strategist and small business promotion manager, Trish Leto. Trish, when you're ready,
well, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. That's quite an introduction, Juliette. I am absolutely honored and privileged to be a part of the show. Thank you for asking me to come on. You run incredible interviews. I think you're an amazing lady yourself, and so lovely and so well spoken. And I appreciate your friendship, and thank you very much for having me.
That's so nice. Now, see that this is a take 2, and after a couple of glasses of wine during the take 1, Trish is a completely different guest on my show, and I'm getting all the compliments. I love it. I really do. I need to make it a prerequisite. You come to my show, have a couple of glasses of wine. I personally would love that. I really would. I love sharing wine and food with people that I love, and this is the next best thing that can happen. So this is brilliant. Well, let's just get a little bit more serious. We had a good start at the start, and we were talking about, in general, Instagram as a platform. How do you approach it? If you don't know, let's say I have experience with social media and I tried everything. However, I concentrate on Facebook, and one of my coaches gave me an advice saying you need to take one platform and really work it, because yes, you need to repurpose your content, but work one platform. So I'm here on Facebook. But I do have several Instagram profiles for the clients that I manage the profiles, but sometimes I just don't know what to do there and how to approach it. So if you need to explain to somebody in very plain kind of language, what is Instagram, what is it good for, and this is why you need to use it. Would you do us a favor and enlighten us?
Absolutely. So, what separates, I think, Instagram from Facebook specifically is Instagram is more of the storytelling platform, right? So it kind of started out as a platform for photographers because it's very visual, right? Everybody of these beautiful food photos and beautiful, nature photos and children photos and things like this. And then it's quickly become, video. A lot more people doing video on Instagram. So the reason why it's such a powerful platform is that you don't have to invest in ads with Instagram as long as you are bringing the proper context within your content, as long as your photos are good, your videos are good, and you use the right hashtags for your account, right? Then you're going to bring that attraction from your audience that you want, and include that call to action to say, hey, click the link in my bio to get whatever your thing is, or to book that strategy call with you, whatever it may be. This is a very powerful platform.
In terms of the local business, how would you use it for the local businesses?
So for instance, if I were a chiropractor or a dentist, right, and I'm inside of my office, I might kind of take a selfie or do a quick video, 60-second video. You can post up to a 60-second video on Instagram. You can also go live on Instagram. Okay. So if I were one of these doctors or brick and mortar businesses, I would probably want to do some sort of a live and talk about some sort of a promotion that I'm doing, work that value ladder within the video, right? Talk about, hey, free cleaning or free adjustment, or you get this, or doing up to 50 people, whatever that might be. And then you use your geographical tag within your post so that you're catching people in that close perimeter of your business, right? And then you use hashtags that would be something that people who would need your services would be attracted to.
Okay, and what about the hashtags then? Because I deal with a lot of people who are a bit older and a little bit less maybe tech savvy, and I think that hashtags, the whole concept completely puts them off. They don't know what it is. So what is it and how do you use it?
So a hashtag is essentially a keyword. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
So a hashtag is essentially a keyword. So just like if someone were to look up information on Google, hey, Dustin, you would, how to do this or how to do that. Hashtags come from a Google search. Okay. So you could literally look up hashtags for the dental industry, or what hashtag, top hashtags to use on Instagram for the specific niche. And you can go in and find those hashtags. Now, the key and the little trick and the kind of the way that I teach my students in my course is that you have to take it, it's a two-step process, okay? So these older folks that, maybe they're not as tech savvy, you don't necessarily have to be tech savvy. If you can research something on the internet, you can find the right hashtag for your business, okay? So you go in and you find the hashtags that are going to be perfect for your niche, for your business, and then you simply take it one step further and find other businesses in your area that might also be using those hashtags that have a similar following to yours, okay? So if you have a following of less than 2,000 people, then you wouldn't necessarily want to use a hashtag that's being used by someone who's got a following of over 1 million people, right? Because the whole purpose of hashtags with Instagram is to rank. So you want to make sure that you're finding the hashtag specific to your niche and then specific to your following bracket so that you have a chance within those hashtags when you do your post that you're going to be on the top of that news feed when people are looking for somebody like you.
So if you're, for example, if you're a boutique and you have another similar boutique maybe in the area and maybe they have a little bit better following and you want to get that, I'm not talking about a very big gap, you need to have a look at what hashtags they're using and then see how they're relevant to you and maybe use the same hashtags so people can click on them and then see both of you. Do I get you correctly?
That's absolutely right. And not only are you double checking that the hashtag of your competition, but you're double checking to see what kind of engagement that person is getting. If they're getting pretty good engagement in your area, then that's somebody that you're going to want to follow and kind of mirror the type of content that they're showing, the type of call to actions that they're using, and the type of hashtags that they're using. Absolutely.
Okay, so the concept, there's a lot of, especially with the small businesses, there is a mentality like, they're copying me. Why are they copying me? But I actually always say this is not a bad thing. If somebody's copying you, that means you're doing something well, and you need to just try and do something well and then do some other things and you do them well and let them copy, because people always will copy people all the time anyway. Yep. So it's not really a bad thing. And in Instagram marketing, this is really what you need to be doing. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And especially if you're doing any sort of affiliate marketing on Instagram, then the more important thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is that you're value stacking like crazy. So there's always going to be somebody out there who's giving away a ton within their affiliate. If you click this link to get this special offer and you use my affiliate link, then I'm going to send you this and this, right? So you just want to make sure that whatever you're sending is specific to your niche, that's going to entice people to want to click on that link, right? And then yes, absolutely. You want to change up your hashtags for different posts. Absolutely. I'll touch on that in just a moment, Tracy. Thank you for asking that. But you want to use value information that's going to entice that person to click on your link. And I know I'm kind of getting into something different here, but it's all about value. You talk about copying other people. You want to do things that are similar, that are getting that engagement, because you obviously want that engagement with you. So you just have to add a little bit more value to it, and then you'll start pulling that audience closer to your account, and there you go.
So really, it's really all about content at the end of the day, especially for Instagram. On every platform, it is important to research what content gets engagement, and then not necessarily, you still have to be unique in what you're doing to an extent, but there's only as much unique as you can get, really. Like if you look at what everybody is doing, you look at what successful people are doing, there are trends and there are certain things that you can pick on, tips and techniques that they're using as well that are successful. How did Instagram come to your life?
It's actually a really funny story. So when I was a Beachbody coach for almost 3 years, and when I first got into it, my upline, like the people who are my mentors, my biggest thing was, what social media platforms are you using? Because I was using Facebook primarily, right? And a few of them said, hey, Instagram's a really good one too. And there were literally a handful of people on Instagram at the time. I mean, I knew maybe 5 people on Instagram at that time. And so I thought to myself, okay, I go on Instagram and I see people that are posting food photos. Well, I was in a health and fitness industry and I love to cook. So I started posting on my Instagram account maybe a few times a month. Then I started doing it maybe a few times a week. And after I had my son, I realized that, my following was at like 242 people. And I'm like, wow, that's a nice chunk of people to have, on my Instagram. I guess I should start, being a little bit more consistent with this. And that's kind of where I was like, I love Facebook, but Instagram's where I feel like I could be a little bit more artistic with my lifestyle and one of my passions, which is cooking and following a healthy lifestyle. So once I actually did a bit of research on it and found out what I needed to do and the right ways to do it, my profile completely blew up. So and I started making affiliate income, and I was just, this is amazing.
Well, this is great, but basically there's also another kind of morale in your story, is that be consistent with what you're doing. If you want to get somewhere, you just need to do a little step every day and stick to it. But in terms of Facebook then, because what I've noticed, I've been following you now for a while, and what I've noticed in the last 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks, your Facebook group just blew up. Like, I'm there and you're like 100 people a week I'm adding, and I'm saying, what is she doing? I know that you're doing a lot. I am in your group. I know. But tell me, what is causing this? The viral Trish, what's going on?
Well, I will say, and I unfortunately don't have an affiliate link to throw out there, but one of the things that I started doing is following Arnie Giskis. He's got a great course out there that talks to Facebook groups for entrepreneurs. And before I even got into the course, I'm kind of a sponge in the sense that when I see somebody else who I really respect as a mentor doing something that's working amazingly for their following, for their business, whatever, I take notes, I pay attention, I'm very perceptive to that stuff, and I soak it in like a sponge. And I practice what I feel is working for other people. So before I even got into his course, I started kind of taking the methodology that Arnie was running in his MEC group and going, it's interesting the things that he posts and the engagement that he gets. And he's asking his audience questions to find out what they need from him. And so I started posting out engaging posts like that regularly in my group. And before I knew it, I had one person, I think it was a week or two ago, that said that she found my group by doing a Google search for organic Instagram growth. And I haven't paid a penny in ads at all, nothing. It's all been completely organic, just consistency, absolute consistency.
That's right. It's all engagement, and that creates your ranking. So that's how you get found. I am a little bit like you as well. I do. Oh God, I'm not even going to show you the corner of my room that I am yet to dig into. It's like a pile of notes. I literally, every video I watch, I'm there sitting down, writing down, what did they do? Not necessarily what they say as in what they're teaching, but what did they do and how did they do this and what did they post and what did they use? And this is a great way of actually creating your own strategy as well by learning from the best. And that's what you should do if you're serious about marketing on, social media, Facebook, and all that. Okay, Trish, I had another question, but I was thinking about your glass of wine. And I forgot the question.
Here. My page, Fallon Zoe, is Trish_Leto. That's my main account. That's the one that I grew over 1,700 followers in just over 2 months. So that's the one that I pay the most attention to. I do have another account. It's digital_Trish_IG. And because I do all of this myself, I don't have a virtual assistant that posts for me. I'm really, really kind of, I don't know how to say this, neurotic about controlling my own posts because it's my content and I want to own it. So that account I probably post to at least once a day. But for those of you who are listening, paying attention, even if you catch it on the replay, that's correct. Trish_Leto. Even if you catch it on the replay, I will say that My primary account is the one that I post to the most, and because you need to be posting at least 3 times per day on Instagram, morning, afternoon, and evening. So I'm sorry, Juliette, please, feel free to ask a question. What were you going to ask?
I remember the question I wanted to ask. So I'm delighted that you said about all this that you have to do, and you have to do it all yourself. But I am aware that you have small babies in the family.
I do. I have a 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
How are you doing this all, and with small children and a family and a husband that needs attention too? How do you do this?
I'm gonna show you the most honest answer I possibly can. It's not how, it's why. It's because I don't want to be corporate America for the rest of my life. It's because I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. It's because on a whim, I want to be able to take my kids to Disney and not even blink an eye at how much it's going to cost me to stay in a timeshare for 4 days. And then I know I can still run my business from there. That's the real question. It's not how do you do it, it's why do you do it. So if I got to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and hustle for 2 to 3 hours before I log into work and get my kids breakfast, and I will do what I have to do. And, so far it's starting to work.
Well, that's it. It will start, if you put all this effort in, it will start to work. We were talking about this with Ben Perry last night on the Easy Chat show, where he was saying when you're consistent with something and you just keep doing it, one day it just starts working, starts giving you back, and it'll be like an avalanche of sales and money and whatever you're working towards. So brilliant. I can really relate, because this is the reason I do what I do. Yep. And also there's so much being done, and yes, you get up earlier and maybe you don't switch off so easily because it's all on your mind, but there is a why, and that why is going to happen 100%. From what I see is happening to you on Facebook now, it's going to happen sooner than you think, in a way. And tell me this one more other question I have, talking about all that you're doing. I know that you're also selling online courses. How is that doing for you?
It's actually doing quite well. So again, thank you to Arnie. I have to give him another shout out. Arnie Giski's been an incredible mentor of mine. My course I started working on about 6 months ago, probably longer than that, really. Thank you, Fallon. I hope that you get some good nuggets of information from there. I like to share my recipes, so hopefully you enjoy it. So I started creating the course, again, like I said, like about 6 months ago, when I started realizing I had something to offer people. And just to let you know, it goes back a little bit further than that, but I do want to let you know, when I first started doing all of this, the idea behind it was I wanted to provide other people with answers and help to something that I didn't have when I was in direct sales. I didn't have anybody that said, hey, this is how you do market research. This is how you make sure that you have a solution to a product that people need, and how to target those people who need it, right? So that's kind of what triggered me to go, man, I know so many people that are still in multi-level marketing, direct sales, that they're literally just product vomiting on people every single day and just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And if they could just have that bit of direction, even if it's just in an ebook or a free PDF, if I could just give them something to go, oh, I'm doing this all wrong, right? Then I'm helping somebody. I'm helping somebody improve their business. So it started about a year ago. I had a trifecta course. I was giving, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook Ads 101, and nobody really bought the course, because unfortunately, people in MLM can't afford anything. They just can't. They're in MLM, they're pushing it, but
yeah, it's a lot of small businesses. That's the biggest problem with small businesses and small business owners. They don't have the money. Fair enough, but they also don't see buying courses and education sometimes as investment. The moment they start seeing it as an investment, the shift happens. So
exactly.
But tell me more. Yeah,
no, you're absolutely right. So then when I started blowing up my Instagram account more, I went, you know what? I'm not going to do the trifecta thing. I'm going to take this apart, and I'm going to really do a deep dive with this and really teach people everything that I can possibly teach them about organic growth with Instagram, and how you can use it in conjunction with other platforms, right? And how you can use it for affiliate marketing, how you can use it for so many different things to just get that growth and do it the right way. And so that's kind of what happened. And I had quite a few of my mentors that lit fires under me and said, just do it. So when I started building my group more because of Arnie's mentorship, I offered an introductory, like a flash sale. And when that happened, I had students just pour in. And so I've got 20 students in there right now. And I actually just opened it up again and offered it again. I added more stuff to it. And the price is going to go up actually next month. So I'm giving away the farm right now, but I love it.
We're going to put the link to that course in here because I think it's important. I know personally a few business owners who would love to get either learn it themselves or get one of their staff members for a bit bigger businesses to learn it, because I think it's going to be brilliant. The way you deliver and the way you explain things, it's so clear that it's definitely, I see this course as a big success. So I'm delighted it's going so well. We're definitely going to put a link in here. Tell me one more thing. I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, just because I gave up drinking wine for 6 months and I really, really miss it. What time of the day is it?
It's 2:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, so that's the good time to drink a glass of wine.
It's a good time to have an interview by Juliette Stapleton and enjoy a little glass of vino while I'm doing it.
I am loving this because this is just exactly my style. You know, I just wish I could just go in and zip a little bit out of that. Well,
it's just a little bit.
But this is great. Look, Trish, it's fantastic to have you, and I won't hold you much longer because we're a little bit on the time constraint here, and we had to take two. But I was absolutely delighted having you on my personal timeline here as my personal guest with a glass of vino and telling so easily. Now, I actually, honestly, and I'm not even being in any way nice, you actually explained how Instagram works for me. I'm now absolutely clear what it is and what it is for. Was it for just 15 minutes that you were talking about it at the start of the show? So if somebody's joining us now, definitely watch the replay. If you don't understand what Instagram is for, there's in this 5 minutes just complete explanation, and you should be fine. You should be set there. And then if you need something to set you and just to start, really, really make a difference, go into Trish's course and join the group.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely join her group because it's brilliant. There's so much value stuff going every day. There's something amazing happening in Trish's group. Trisha, talk about your group, please, just for a couple of minutes.
So the name of no problem. So the name of the group is called Instagram for the Hustlers. It's the only group that's called that on Facebook right now. I do interviews, at least 2 interviews a week. I'm trying to ramp it up to more like 3 or 4 interviews per week with industry experts. And that's not just, we don't just talk about Instagram in the group. I started it as Instagram. I definitely teach Instagram. I offer tips and tricks about Instagram, but we do promos. Promo days are on Wednesdays where you drop the link for your business. I do days like today's Think Tank Thursday, and that's just people talking about what kind of hiccups or obstacles that they're facing in their business so that they can put it out there into the world, into the universe, and maybe get some tips or some ideas from me or from someone else in the group. We do a lot of collaborative efforts. And I just, more than anything, I like to make sure that I'm inviting people to talk about their business, to talk about how we can help them elevate their business using Instagram and other platforms. And I just really love to help people. That's the bottom line. I really love to help people. And I do want to mention that there's a really big announcement that's going to happen this afternoon in my group. It's something that is going to make posting to Instagram that much easier for business owners who like having assistance. So we'll just put it to you that way.
I have an idea what it can be. I'm not going to say what it is, but guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, you have time now. We're going to put a link to, actually there will be a link in the description of this video. So go in, join the group, and you will find out what we're talking about. Trisha, thank you so much for joining me. I had a blast. I had a fantastic time, and it was brilliant talking face to face after all these comments that we always exchange daily. It was brilliant. I'm delighted. Love you guys. Keep on dreaming. And look, if you need anything, ask us. We're here to shed the light on whatever you need to know. Thanks a million for watching Easy Chat Show. And bye, guys. Bye. Bye, Trisha.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.